wound, I would measure the wound, see what the size of the wound is. I would take a look. It looks red. The surrounding tissue is just a little bit pink at the edges, but the surrounding skin looks healthy. The wound bed looks pink, and it looks like there might be a little bit of yellow slough on it. But it's a deep wound because I can see muscle down there. So if I can see muscle, what stage is that?
4.
4.
Yeah, because I can see muscle. Okay. Well, we're going to get that taken care of for you. All right, so now, those gloves, and keep my straps handy. I don't need those just yet. Let's see. This is the part we always have to think about what do I need to be able to do first. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, set my bag out. So, got that ready for anything that I don't need. Okay, this is my sterile drape. So, I'm going to just lay that down for a second and think about anything else I might need to think of before I get started here. Okay. I want to give myself plenty of space. This is what always trips up people. They don't give themselves enough room. So I'm just going to setting out my sterile supplies, and then we'll be ready to get your dressing changed. Okay. Okay, and how much of that outer edge can I touch?
An inch.
Okay, so I can touch an inch. So now that outer edge is the only thing that I touched with contaminated hands. So now I can take and dump all of that onto my supplies. Oh, PCA, I forgot my syringe. Could you bring me my syringe? It does look like I have some gauze in there, so I think I don't need that. But while I'm waiting to get my syringe from my PCA, I can go ahead and put my solution that I'm going to irrigate with into my sterile basin. Thank you. Hey, would you bring me one of the ones that's in a baggie?
Oh, sure.
You mind? I didn't think to say that. That way I can kind of mimic them. So my irrigation solution is ready. And I've got my sterile supplies, and my ever so helpful PCA has brought me my sterile syringe, which I'm going to open. Okay, so now I have all my supplies that I need there. And let's see, I don't know. I think I might, that's a pretty big wound. I might need a second piece of gauze, so I'm gonna open that up. There's a correct way to open these. Be sure you practice opening these, okay? This is one of these things that mysteriously trips up people sometimes. Okay, that's how you open it. Don't tear it and try to squiggle it out, okay? Heel down. See, all kinds of crazy stuff, okay?
Make sure you hit the table.
And if your sterile drape is too big for your table, you don't want it to drape over towards you, because then you're going to be brushing up against it. So you want to make sure if there's too much that it's draping out the other direction. Okay, so I'm ready to do my gloves. Okay, now I can handle all of this because everything here is sterile. Let's see. I don't need those swab sticks. I do have some tape handy, but I don't need that just yet. And there's my EVD pad, so I'm ready to go. So I'm going to put my gauze, because this is, my order is for a moist dressing in the wound. So I'm going to put my gauze. I don't know how many pieces I'm going to need here. Yeah, I think that's probably enough. Okay, so that can all soak while I'm squeeze to make sure that it doesn't want to jump, because sometimes these,
Whatever's coming out is clear.
oh, Hey, PCA. See, this is real life. Can you raise my table up for me, please? I think it's down here in this end. Thank you, that is terrific. That's exactly what I needed. So now I can keep this out here where I left it. Okay. And I'm gonna use this gauze, I'm actually gonna use just to help make sure that if I splash a little bit. Okay, and in the case of,
If there's a specific amount.
I did not
of
touch
irrigation
that
you want you to
anything.
irrigate,
However,
they'll have it specified.
I have caused myself a little bit of trouble. So I'm going to wick up the excess irrigation fluid. We don't want to leave all that extra fluid in there. So I'm just going to wick that up with my piece of gauze. Okay, and I'm done with that. And now I'm ready to take and they showed you in the video to be a fluffer. So, and you squeeze out that excess, you don't want that to be all nasty. Take my gauze, take my tweezers. Put it down into the wound bed.
She said that it would be packed.
Open it up. And it looks like I might need one more piece right in the center. So it's just loosely packed in there. I don't want to scrunch it down. Okay, so that's good. I need to take my ABD pad, cover it with my ABD pad, and now I'm done with all the sterile stuff I needed to do. And if I were going to put tape on, I would take my tape and name, date, initial, time, tape all the way around the perimeter. But this guy deserves to have some Montgomery straps in place. Let's fix him up.
So would you time and date the gauze?
In this case, I'd probably put a piece of tape on the back of the ABD pad. That's what I would do.
Because you wouldn't want to put the date on the Montgomery straps, because then
Right.
the next person that, you'd have to cross it out, so then it would
Yeah,
start
this would
looking tacky.
This would get nasty. And you guys won't be doing Montgomery straps in your CPE. This is just to show you how they work.
They're nice for a larger person too. Fits better.
And you can take and put the ties, you know, that's why there's a bunch of holes. So you can put it where you need the tension.
We have used like the trig ties, and crisscrossed them down too and tied them.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, especially if it's someone who's not so proportionate.